I know you hear different people speak and different people say things, but with us, our results, and based upon, working with Dana, is when he tells you it's nothing, it's nothing. People are not calling us back 2 weeks and saying, hey, Scott, I now got something. People are not calling me back a month later, because honestly, if you spend that much money and you have a problem, you're picking up the phone, right? I mean, you're calling, you're saying, hey, I don't care what your warranty said. It's 3 weeks later, I got a problem. I'm going to answer your question in a second. So we work with pest control companies, we work independently, we do chemicals, we concentrate on the heat. I went to bring the canine, I'm sorry, I forgot the wand. Sometimes in some situations we also work with canine. Canine is a freezing tool. Works with a very specialized wand. If somebody can't basically go for the heat, and we have a situation where maybe we do have that wooden headboard or that wooden area, I can go in, I can freeze that area, and again, I can give you the same results. Does anybody, yes, you have a question?
What about electronics?
That's a good question.
Melt or something?
So it was tested basically at 147, 150, even 160 degrees, no problems with any electronics. We tell people, unplug your TVs. If you look here, this is a TV built into the wall. It's a very high-end TV. I probably couldn't afford to buy this TV if I wrecked it. Okay? It doesn't wreck. That's the best thing, because listen, it happens. We find, if you talk to some of the entomologists, they'll show you pictures. They're finding bed bugs in electronics, in speakers, behind stereos, in computers. Now, that's another good thing. We have what's called a pack tight in the back. This is a little suitcase that has a heater and fan on it. If you travel, if you're concerned, especially if you're a woman and have delicate items and you can't put them in a dryer, you have shoes, high-end pocketbooks, you can use something called a pack tight. It goes up to 120 degrees. You zipper it up, you leave it in there 3 hours, the timer goes off, the heat shuts off, and you're over and done. That's what's great about the heat. The heat penetrates the wood. We also help the heat. I don't have it here, but we'll open up the drawers. We'll make sure we get it, and we tell people ahead of time, listen, we're going to go into your furniture. We own the company. If you have any delicates, anything you don't want us to see, anything that would be sensitive to you, then please remove it. Because we're going in all your drawers, we're opening up, because I have to put my units in your drawers. Okay? I have to pull out your drawers, I have to see what's going on in back, and I have to make sure we achieve the heat. Now I'm going to tell you something. My partner is very fanatical for when it comes to making sure it's overkill. Honestly, I believe it's overkill, but he believes, you know what, if we do it this way, we're not going back. And most of the time he's right, because I'm like, you know what, we're up to 3 hours, we're done, let's go. He's, no, we got to leave it another hour. So I don't, sometimes I have to sit there with him because he's in charge of that stuff, but you know what, it works. We don't have to go back, and the end result is you can go back to living your life effectively and comfortably, like it never happened. Of course, mentally, there's going to be a couple of things that's going to last a little bit. So let me give you a situation. So a woman calls me up, and she says, Scott, I have a problem. What can you guys do? I had another problem. I had another pest control company. Good. I said, well, listen, before we do anything, you don't know where it is, I don't know where it is, we're bringing in the dog. How much is the dog? All right, the dog is this much. Well, let me think about it. She calls me up 2 months later. Scott, I can't take it anymore. All right, let me go with the dog. Happens 99% of the time. Send in, I don't know if Rick went in or Steven went in. Anyway, one chair alerted. Like they said, they took out the chair, they put it outside. It was done. Dog didn't alert anywhere else. Never called me back. Woman calls me up the other day. You can't make these stories up. She says, I got bed bugs, but I also got something living inside my skin. I said, ma'am, how can I help you? She said, I went to the doctor, I got scabies. Scabies? What the hell is scabies, right? So I said, ma'am, I can't help you. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't help you. You have to go back to the doctor. She says, well, I got bed bugs. You got to come and treat for bed bugs. I said, ma'am, before I do anything, you can't find bed. We have to bring in a dog. I'm not going to go there. I'm not taking your money. I'm a very ethical guy. If we don't find bed bugs, we're not doing it. In apartments, in Section 8 housing, people are necessarily going to live a certain way. Chemical treatments are not going to be effective because you're not going to get the cooperation that you need to effectively control that area. These are areas that are very effective for heat. However, there's a catch-22. Honestly, heat is expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. We have $100,000 worth of equipment. We're not giving it away. We're in business like anybody else to make money. We're going to give you a great job, but you know what, honestly, you have to be able to afford what we're going to offer. So usually if the state will pay, we'll come and then we'll take care of that. Sometimes hotels will have problems. They'll pay us to come in, we'll solve the problem in one particular issue.